Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, why am I doing this? To make a spectacle out of the intro, yeah, no, it's episode 62 here in the challenge series. Awkward intros aside, I'm relatively satisfied with the events of this episode. I don't. There's nothing else I could say. Like, again, these. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Yep. This whole intro should just be burned, but honestly, it's the intro. This is half of this purpose is to just make the thumbnail, and the other half is just to mention oh hey, this is challenge series episode number thing. Let's do the racing stuff. The first race of this episode is green, and we are at the Nürburgring GP circuit. Once again, embracing the concept of track length don't matter, it's race length. As it is the 640 class in a 3-lap event. And we are on board with Liv Newstein. As they're already 3 wide, her Francesca Nitari heading through turn 3 and 4. Francesca's gonna get the short end of that straw. And Newstein's had a heck of an exit there. And there's 4 places for the BMW driver. Almost got a 5th, but Natsuki broke a little later than she anticipated. At the inside now, and a little bit of contact. But I think the BMW is clear of the Nissan. Yeah, pretty well far ahead. Suzuran Mishima, she had to wait for the first couple of corners, but now suddenly she's turned on the jets. And Newstein is making swift progress. On the outside of Colin Morris there. And on the outside of Shoji Hakure. She is the master of corner exits, apparently. Even the bit of oversteer, she still gets a better exit than Totara. Up into the 9th. Wow, Takuchi just embarrassed Trevor Graham on the exit there. And Liv's gonna follow the Miata through, ahead of the S15. One lap in the books and already up into P7, looking at as much as P5 down the main straight. Now, Jake Downey, as the now lone representative of Heartbreaker, is the leader. Mika Harris right in his mirrors, and I'm also there, but here comes Newstein. Flying ahead of me. Harris making a bit of contact with Downey, but I'm sure he doesn't mind. That's exactly how he likes it, to be honest. He likes a little bit of rough driving. Ask me how I know. He's done it to me before. Sebastian Shim has the X Factor too. He got ahead of me, and he's trying to find a lane around Downey, but he cannot. And just like that, Liv Newstein leads at a home circuit here at the Nürburgring GP circuit. That's the wrong way. Bit of oversteer. She's apparently trying to push her way ahead. Sham is now into 3rd. Trying to get the Porsche Speedo up into the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Emi Barzaki is absolutely plummeting down the order. She had started second in this race. She's now looking at 8th. Sham trying to squeeze his tiny bug into a space that other cars wouldn't fit. No success just yet, and a really bad exit from him allows the Mustang some breathing room. Oh, that might be a costly error for the boss Mustang. And indeed, that allows Sham to sneak on the outside of 2, as he got a much better exit there from turn 1 because he didn't miss the turn. That said, even still, Mika's probably still going to get P3 because Jake Downey is some ways back. But Newstein has taken the home field advantage and has run away with it, as Harris slides out in the background. As me and Jake Downey are uniting to create a very big train of cars behind. Alexis Aliris tried to find a lane, instead finds my back bumper. Very cool. And Liv Newstein tackles the final turn here at the Nürburgring. Sebastian Scham closed the distance pretty significantly, but not enough. The M3 driver onto the front stretch will grab her first victory in the Challenge Series on home soil, and will be joined on the podium by German countryman Sebastian Scham. So 2 German drivers, 2 German cars finish 1-2 in Germany. How picture book is that? Picture book? How storybook is that? I think those are the only Germans in the race for good measure. Yeah, they were. No, yeah. There were other German cars, but no other German racers. So, yeah, Germany got they got a treat today, clearly. On to round 2. That sounds stupid. Race 2 of the episode is green, as the race fades into the sound of my incredibly loud car. We are on board with Seita Uozomi for 680 racing at Fuji. Not that camera. He got a bit of a sluggish start as his gears are tuned for maximum top speed, which means he's going to be an absolute lethal weapon when it comes to the front stretch. I think that's probably what they had in mind. It's 3 wide up ahead here, a bit of a clusterfuck. The 2 Porsche drivers drag racing. Stephanie's gonna win that race. Thrasher just about finds the back end of a C3 Corvette, but manages to get the brakes to work. It's gonna just straight up pass her too on that. This car always looks so weird to me. Uozomi is up into 16th. Could get more into the final turn. This is a corner you can arc it in on the outside and be able to make up time rather than lose it. And they've done precisely that. Up into 14th now, ahead of Krieger as well, and now that's when his gear ratios will come into play. He's going to gear ratio all of the cars ahead of him. As Ozomi and Dom split James Falcon and Akira Taniguchi. And ahead of the Taycan, no. Robo's acceleration, because that's kind of the nickname that we've given that Taycan driver, as now Ozomi and Dom have split Fujikawa 3 wide, and he really lost out there. Robo's Taycan specializes in acceleration and nothing else. Its cornering is shit, its top speed is average at best. But obviously it excels in the fact that it has really good acceleration. Now they're splitting Barbara 3 wide. Oh, this is just a clusterfuck. Ozomi gets ahead of both Germans heading through here. Catches Michiko off guard and takes advantage of her oversteer. To the inside of Narashi, and we'll get ahead of the FCRX-7 on the outside. All-wheel drive traction being the main contributing factor there. Leave it on board with one expressway driver. Another regular of the Shutoku is currently leading. But given the top speed of the cars giving chase, I'm going to go ahead and say that is over. As, yeah, Dedrick Schwartz with that lightweight PBR pulls ahead, but Ozomi with his crazy gear ratios and immense horsepower and a bit of draft will even get alongside Schwartz heading for the braking zone. Meanwhile, Thrasher and Hayashi Bara 2 wide into 1. On corner exit, the GTO theoretically has the advantage, but it doesn't. As still Ozomi tries to find a way to put the moves on the Tuscan driver. Got a big run into the hairpin, but still not enough. Schwartz is gonna outbrake. No, he's not. Ozomi takes the inside. There's still 2 abreast. Schwartz takes some grasp, but stays ahead of the GTO for now. I think it's only a matter of time though before Schwartz collapses, and Saito's gonna be right there. It might just be here. There's still 2 wide at the apex. Still isn't enough. Holy shit. Okay, but surely now. They're about even on corner exit. The acceleration's gonna help Schwartz in the short term. But now the gear ratios come into play. That's not you. Ozomi might finally have the lead and Schwartz just tucks in and accepts it. Can he make a better braking point with his lighter car? No. Ozomi didn't take it perfectly, but he took it well enough. Finally, new race leader. Thrasher also finally gets ahead of Mitsue. He's out of time though. He's not really going to have much of a chance to try and contend for the win. He's just going to have to settle for P3. Well, Dom was up here. If something goes wrong for him on lap 3, here we see him out-dragging Taniguchi, Kaiser, Robo. Tries to outbrake Barbara, can't. Kaiser sneaks his outside, but that doesn't matter. That's the wrong damn button. A little sideways, but completes the pass on Page. Down the inside of Narashi, gets absolutely punished by Kaiser. He didn't fucking like that. Holy shit. Stephanie did well to hang on to the vehicle there. And so that is how the mighty fall, right there. Dom getting ousted by Stephanie, and he gets fucking pissed. I'll have to see what the admins say to that one as to whether or not that was fair play. So back to present time, or thereabouts. So Stephanie remains in P5, no real damage sustained to her car. Ashley Barr, despite being at a severe power disadvantage compared to the 527, 398, and 496 horsepower cars ahead. Holy gosh. She's just sitting here at, I think it's 351. And even on a top speed track like Fuji, she's not irrelevant yet. She is being caught by Kaiser, but it's not quite enough, because we're on the final turn. So another brand new winner has entered the frame here in the Challenge Series, heading up towards the start-finish to end lap 4. Seita Uezomi is going to be the victor at Fuji, followed by Dedrick Schwartz and Thrasher. The pole sitter claims P4, and Kaiser comes from the bottom 5 or so to claim 5th place. I think it was like bottom 5. Okay, no, she was 9th. Natsuki's in a drag race with Robo, and she'll lose that. Ends up P7. And it's a drag race between siblings, as Michiko claims the last spot in the top 10. When does this recording end? Dom still manages 13th despite, well, being wrecked. And now the race is over. That recording hung for, or that replay hung for a while. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway. On to race 3 where, you know, maybe we'll see another new winner. First time, I should say. Another first time winner. We're going to see another winner, but is it going to be a person who's won before? And race 3 of the episode is away. Suzuka East is very damp, and it plays host to our 600 class race of the episode. It's been a pretty consistent rain all day. And probably for most of the night before. So this track is very, very soaked. There's not as much standing water as one would probably think, but there's enough. And one driver who probably doesn't even care all too much is our POV driver, Andreas Vitalis, who's got a 4-wheel drive Delta. Okay, never mind. I thought that the game was putting up the hard top because this is a race, because this is a rain race. Ooh. What happened to you? Well, that was a klutzy move there, Altenberg. Reiko battling her boyfriend, and Altenberg just kind of rolls right into the back of her, and that's some damage. And that takes Mishima out of contention too, so... Well, good thing being from Scotland, Scotland, Thomas O'Reilly is used to rain. Because this can't be comfortable to be sitting in this thing when it's raining out. And I know this driver absolutely loves the rain too, Mineko Kochiya. On top of having the benefits of a four-wheel drive car, you know, she just really likes the rain and is really good at driving in it. Meanwhile, Dexter Rollins is going to try and out-drag basically a modern version of his car, and he's actually going to do it. Vitalis is already into P6, 2 laps into the race. He seems not to be having too many traction issues, perhaps not surprisingly. It's so crazy to me, it's so funny to me, I think there are like 3 people in this race running convertible cars. Hanamura also got damaged somewhere along the way, so... I mean, I guess... maybe he picked to be back there with her. He's a charmer like that. Man, I think it seems like something that he would do. Vitalis is now in the top 3. Chasing down Rollins and Kochiya. Kochiya. That's what I think whenever I read that name. And Vitalis takes the 8.6 around the outside of the S's. Delayed exit, try to go for exit speed, can't use the momentum there, but Mineko leaves the door open heading towards the final turn. Oh. Klutz. You absolute buffoon. I think Kochiya was trying to back out there. Didn't want to go too wide through there, and Rollins just slams right into the back of her. Spectacularly, Mineko didn't get any damage. Dexter absolutely did. Just like that, one straightaway later, and Vitalis already has probably a second or 2 lead. He's gonna just go ahead and take the money and run, I guess. The rain is still coming down in big drops, and looking at the weather forecast from that day, it didn't stop for a while. It was 6:30 at night when we ran this race. It actually conveniently shows on Mineko's in-car dashboard. You can see it there. It's like 6:33. I think that says it's 6:30 something. Anyway, it was 6:30 when the race was running. It had been raining since about 7 a.m. and didn't stop raining till close to midnight. So the Mie Prefecture got absolutely soaked. Prefecture, what the heck did I say there? Anyway, it's not a first-time winner, but it's been the first time in a while for Andreas Vitalis, who heads out of the last turn at Suzuka, a masterclass in short sprint racing, and he will grab the W. Minako P2 and JJ West, who has been frankly irrelevant since his arrival, gets a rare podium here in the rainy conditions at Suzuka. But, yeah, that's race 3. It's time to go somewhere that's hopefully a little bit less wet. Especially since I can assure you the next cars we're driving are a lot faster. And yeah, you wouldn't like the rain with those, let me just tell you. Good lights. We are green for the 4th race of the episode. And we head to Autopolis. Despite not being that far from Suzuka, there wasn't nearly as much rain here, and the track was already dried before we got here. The 720 class races here at Autopolis, and we have to watch this broad drive around. Natasha Harris, who's already received a couple of warnings for her misconduct as of late. She went completely missing last episode, and that's only made the guys at Pacific Spirit all the more concerned and more apprehensive. It still didn't stop them from entering the race anyway, as Brian Ice is running P2. Already just got ahead of Katsuragi. Harris is already into P12 and gets blocked off by Paul Valentine. And so they both get damage from that. So maybe Natasha won't have a chance to wreck anybody because she'll have to pit for that damage. Or she's just not pitting. Alright, well that's interesting. So I'm sure Paul Valentine certainly the fuck is. Yeah, him and a few others. Looks like looks like a bit of a disaster has unfolded here for Black Stallion. Where did you get this damage from, Shiro? Wow, very early. Literal turn 1. He backed in, he ran into the back of Equo Di Fuoco, so that's why they're pitting. Here's the other one. John Garrison. Did he run into the back of him? No, he's somewhere else on the grid entirely. What happened to you? I think he ran into the back of Kugasa through here. Yep. Oh, that was boring. Where am I looking? Front wheeler way out of control and gives way for the F430 driver. I think Shin Mitori just made a bit of contact there. Doesn't seem to have done any damage to her car though, so... She's gonna work the crossover on her other F430 counterpart and just storm ahead of Mizoto. It's ahead of Dante Wright. Maybe they make contact, but she has the inside lane, so that is a completed overtake. He'll do the same on Katsuragi, heading up the hill. And, well, I don't have to probably explain to you what the implications are here. Ice is in second place, and Natasha is in third. Anybody who's paid any attention in the last week or last month and a half probably knows exactly what comes next. And honestly, at this point, I fucking hope she does it. Because that means that me and Nitori have an excuse to boot her right out. And because all three admins are here in this race, all three admins will get to look at the replay of whatever the fuck she's about to do and act accordingly. Do your worst, shithead. Oh, you're not even aiming for him, huh? Why do you think that my threat is just some kind of joke to you? Yeah, get your ass the fuck out of here, lady. And the roulette round here in episode 62 is green. We head to Deep Forest for our 10-minute event here. And, oh my word, I'm sitting here acting like turn 1 isn't always a fucking mess. Like, where have you been, me? As we refocus on the POV driver, I was just sitting on the pole sitter to have the camera actually focus at the front of the grid. The POV is Shiro Sasaki in his RCF, repping Black Stallion along with a few others in this race. And it is absolute bedlam heading into the middle through the middle part of the track, heading onto the back straightaway. Stephanie Kaiser is in absolute gridlock here, stuck behind a truck, among other vehicles, but now we're on the front stretch, or back stretch, and she can finally let that motor sing. Another small clusterfuck as me and Thrasher attempt to file through some lower division cars, and suddenly here's Stephanie, and we're all three wide into the hairpin. I just don't want any part of this. I'm on the outside and all that crazy stuff. Two trucks running near each other on the running order. Separated only by an S14. Whom Kotetsu just smacked right into as he was trying to make his way into the pit lane. You ever heard of the fucking brakes? I'm just saying. No, taking exception to Eric Wojciechowski and to myself, every driver in the top 8 right now is somebody that is recruited by Thrasher, or just straight up is Thrasher. Axel Valentine is leading the way in a 680 class vehicle. Just speaks to the absolute power of that Pantera. Although Stephanie is catching this group at a pretty rapid rate, being 720. I mean, so are Akira and Kazuya for that matter, but like, dude, Axel's literally out dragging almost Kazuya. Oh, they're gonna be 3. Oh, they're 3. Stephanie commits. There's no real estate. There's still 3. They've held 3 through the entire corner. Eric just has to accept his defeat there. Lower division, outside lane. Shiro Sasaki also sneaks ahead of him in the chaos. So, Axel Valentine currently leads from 4 720 class vehicles. Sasaki is trying to get around the outside of Taniguchi, and it looks like he will have success. Taniguchi sends it back down the inside lane, and the Super Driver can defend fourth, but for how long? Like 3 seconds? Things are getting spicy at the front. Kaiser's caught the 2 leaders. Takahata's gonna have to either move or be moved. Axel is so out of control, and I think he just ran into the back of there. Yep. Takahata, despite having 2 seconds to react to Axel's oversteer, runs into the back of the Pantera, taking them both out of the equation. What an idiot. And Sasaki takes full advantage of the chaos. He's obviously used to running in traffic, and he will take the lead. No, Stephanie gives him a nudge. Wouldn't be the first time you've seen Stephanie try to move somebody in a corner today. Somebody's turned on her berserk button this evening. Today, why did I say today, this episode? Oh, she's trying too much there. She does not have the facilities for that cornering. Nope. She's lucky to not have sustained damage or spun out from that. But now Shiro is in the lead for sure this time. Katsuragi is on the come up too. At the very least, she's gonna try and pass all the 680 class cars. There are no 720 machines in this race, but the top 3 are all 7... What? There are no 760 machines, but all the top 3 are 720, followed by Eric Wischowski and Thrasher in 680. Costanzo Modesto is the 640 class leader, and he's leading quite a large number of them. Marcus Mendez just made an overtake on a car. Never mind. He almost made an overtake on a car category above him. Kuro is also behind him, and Emi's in last. The 600 class reps are both in Suzuki Swifts. Veronica's clear of Thrasher. Now, Costanzo might not be the class leader for too long. Scarborough is a heck of a run on the Renault. But he dives on the brakes. They're going to be too wide here for the class victory. Takuchi and Jeremiah Wood are right in tow, so we got a 4-car battle for this position. Takuchi tries to sneak her way in, as does Wood. Brendan Reed is not too far behind either. And Scarborough literally slides into the lead of the 640 category. This Herbie is indeed fully loaded. Kuro is going to try and catch Mendez and at least get back ahead of all of the cars the category lower. I don't know if he'll succeed though. Kaiser hasn't completely lost Sasaki yet, but he's got himself a decent margin right now. And Acura is nowhere in sight. As a matter of fact, he's under threat from Veronica. Although, she can take her time with this pass, because even if she does stick it, which it looks like she... No, I thought she might there, but no. Even if she does make the pass, she's still got quite a distance to make up to reach P2. That's an entire straightaway between her and second place, pretty much. The map is very divided right now. The only cars other than Veronica and Akira that are near each other right now, and I think Veronica is going to have enough of a run to take the position here. Plus the inside lane. They proceed through the hairpin, and yes, Katsuragi is onto the podium. But the only drivers really near each other other than that, Stephanie's kind of close to Shiro. And then we have this 5-car train that Scarborough is attempting to escape from. Jeremiah Wood is just all over that MX-5. It seems for most of our drivers this will be the final lap, but for a few they're already about to be done, such as the 600s and the bottom 3 and 640. And also, oh no, actually Jake Scarborough just won the 640 class because he's the only one that crossed the line. Morris is all over the back of me. It is now nighttime here at Deep Forest. Eric and Thrasher are fighting for the category victory here. They negotiated the lap car of Emi, and Shiro Sasaki is going to make it a third first-time winner in episode 62. Known as Bloodhound to some, he's known as the race winner here at Deep Forest. Now to check back in on the battle for the category win in 680. Thrasher got a major snap out of the hairpin, and I think the game's going to give that to Eric. I don't think he'd have lost anyway because he had the better exits from the hairpin. And that is episode 62 in the books. I'm sure definitely the story of that race, other than Sasaki getting his first victory for Black Stallion and for himself. I mean, not Black Stallion's first victory, but like his first win credited to them. Eric winning his class, which was the most populated class. Axel Valentine, even after getting run into by Takahata, still finishes ahead of him, despite driving a car that's in a lower category than Kazuya is. And I'm sure that he's probably going to have a word or two for Kazuya post-race, because Axel probably could have done a lot more. He would have certainly been able to win the category if nothing else. And instead he's demoted to 5th in category because somebody can't react to a car losing control. But that is episode 62. And after this we will have episode 63. However, those, unlike usual, will not be championship qualifiers, as we already have the field set, as yesterday was basically a sign-up sheet, and we had all 20 drivers filled out right away. Nobody else even bothered to try and attend. So there will be a driver making a debut in that in episode 63, and they were one of the first ones to sign up for the championship, so he's got some confidence going in. But other than that, goodbye.